Yeah, all eyes on this guy. Jon Cornish has had quite a year. It's certainly not over yet. The Stampeders running back ran up his Canadian record for rushing yards to 1,813 while recording the fourth best season ever in yards from scrimmage. Last week, Jon was named both the most outstanding player and Canadian in the West Division for a second straight season. Now, he leads the Stamps into the West Final against his arch rivals from Saskatchewan, Jon Cornish. Nice enough to come into the BT studio this morning. Welcome.
Thanks for having me.
And I asked you during the break, I said, do you usually get up early? Because you look pretty chipper. And you said you've been getting up super early for a long time.
Yeah, in college we had 5:45 workouts. So every morning I'd wake up. Some of the guys, they go in early and stuff. But I managed to work it out, so I'd wake up in my workout gear. So then I just walk over, and it was like a 30-second walk, so I was always ready to go.
So you're ready to go, and no doubt you're ready to go for Sunday. Now let's talk about the West semifinal. I'm sure you were watching closely, or were you?
Yeah.
And?
I was, you know, Darian Durant, when he decides to use his legs, he's a huge threat. And I think if we're able to contain him, you know, we'll have success. But if he's able to run around and do what he did in the Western semifinal, we might be in for a long day.
Did you ever, do you ever go into these things with a preference or that you will acknowledge publicly?
Well, I mean, we had sort of issue going on with both teams, with both BC and Saskatchewan. So I was actually anticipating playing against them both, and I'll take Saskatchewan.
Well, and playing against Saskatchewan always means, it is such a heated rivalry between the two of you, so that's got to add some sort of fire.
I mean, they travel a bunch of their fans. You know, they might as well travel everybody because you know this is a huge game for them. And if they lose this, they don't get to play in their hometown for the Grey Cup, and that's something that I wouldn't mind contributing to.
Jon Cornish really wants to play spoiler, of course, and what does it also mean? Their fans are just so loud here. It's going to be, you know, a real competition, even in the stands, between the red and the green.
Yeah, but, I think over the last few years, Calgary's sort of proven that we do have louder fans in the city. They only have maybe tops 10,000 people, but we've consistently been filling the stands at McMahon. And, you know, I think we have the greatest fans in the CFL. So.
Well, you know that to be true. Now let's talk about how you've been preparing. What do you do during a bye? How do things differ from, you know, sort of during the regular season?
Like, the bye week is a rest period, but it's rest because you aren't actually playing in the game.
Right.
So you want to practice and work out the same way you normally would because you're still in season. You want to maintain all the habits that you've had, but then you just don't play the game. So then you don't have that additional wear and tear on your body, and that's the real key.
Now you've been, you know, you don't seem to really need the accolades, but you've been receiving them just, like gangbusters. It's been another incredible season for you. The CFL Awards night next Thursday during Grey Cup week in Regina. Do you even think about that at this point, or it's all eyes on Sunday?
Well, the thing I have thought about is what I'm going to wear for that.
Oh, yeah, I want to know.
That's something
What do you want to wear? What are you going to wear?
I'm going to try and go James Bond with it.
Really?
James Bond tux is what I'm thinking.
Wow. Okay, so everyone's a winner if that happens.
Well, maybe. Consistently, I've seen people getting super dressed up. When Henry Burris won it in 2010, he was wearing this black suit with a red inside. It was pretty intense. And then when Chad Owens won it last year, he was all dressed up too. So I got to continue to have that game stepped up for that.
Well, and we certainly feel like this is going to be a very big year for you. Now, talk about last year. The Grey Cup run. What did that experience give you leading into this run here?
Sort of teaches you that you can never take anything for granted. We had big games over Saskatchewan and BC, and you know we sort of thought that we were the top. But getting to the Grey Cup, playing against Toronto, seeing how fired up they were, we sort of understand now that the Grey Cup is a much bigger game than the Western semifinal or the Western final. So for us now, I think we're better equipped to be in that situation because we've matured as a team and we've just learned a lot.
And has overcoming injuries this season also, sort of overcoming adversity, has that helped step up sort of the maturity level of the team as well?
I think so as well. That was sort of continuing from last year. We had many injuries last year, but we've overcome that as well. So it's just something this team does is overcome injuries.
Well, we are so excited. Thank you so much for coming in today. We will be watching on Sunday, and then we want to see you in Regina, that's for sure. The West Final is Sunday at 2:30, and go Stamps, go. That's all I can say.
Go Stamps, go.
Go Stamps, go.
Whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes, Dave Will, Jon